Hello everybody, and welcome back to the DreamHack Eizo Open. We are now approaching the later stages of this tournament, and we're about to jump into our next game. We had to wait for Naama. Already messed it up. Naama.
That didn't take very long, did it?
To play out his game. He did lose against Death Angel with 1 win to 2 losses, but now we're going to go in to the DreamHack Winter Finals of 2010. Memories. What a great finals that was back in the day. It's going to be a great rematch here.
It was a very, very close finals indeed. Really looking forward to seeing. Yeah. That thing looks like just creepy, man. No, just keep that thing on that side of the table. Right. So, guys, we are in fact going to be getting into Mana versus Naama. Caster's Nightmare incoming. Mananama. I see a lot of people in chat already picking up on that. And frustratingly, I've had that song stuck in my head on loop for the last 15 minutes. We're just waiting for Naama to get into the game now, while Apollo gets maybe a little overly friendly with our Russian pig there. And as soon as that happens, we're going to be getting into game number 1 on Cloud Kingdom.
What's that? What did you say? Huh? What was that? Whoa, crap, Jesus. You're an angry little guy. Are you enjoying your time in Bucharest? You don't like it? Oh, all right.
So just remember, guys, do not order item 32 on the menu at lunchtime, because that's exactly what it does to you. It's going to be a pretty awesome match here. Of course, Naama, the winner of DreamHack Winter 2010, going up against Mana, who recently, of course, won DreamHack Summer. And he's effectively here to try and increase his stakes in the esports dollars, because he, of course, is already qualified for the final event.
All right, I've just gone crazy on this one. I've just lost my mind. I'm playing with a little pig, waiting for Mana versus Mana. And almost ready. It looks like Naama did take a bathroom break.
Yeah, he just finished a very long series as well. He was in game number 3 of the match he played last for the longest possible time. So completely understandable that he wants to take a very quick break there. But of course, as soon as he's back, we will be getting into this match.
Yeah. We will. You know, thinking about it, I'm just actually trying to get my head around it instead of playing with a pig. Mana has not really had a very successful year. I mean, he did do very well in WCS, the Nordic Nationals, where he won it. But apart from that, he's had kind of a roller coaster year, up and down throughout. On the other hand, though, Mana has been pretty damn impressive. I mean, he played in the GSL and the Code S.
Got through the up and downs.
Got through, you know, a stage. But, you know, he didn't perform well last weekend, and pressure is building for Mana, because he went to Korea, and if you're a player and you go to Korea and you come back and you don't perform, you put the pressure on yourself, because you go there and you're like, you know, I lost a lot of games in Korea, but I'm just going to own everybody up in Europe now. And if that doesn't happen, you kind of just, you feel really, really bad.
And to be fair, the games he lost in Korea, Group of Death, Taeja, MVP, MMA, it's like, well, I don't really see too much shame being involved there. And I believe he took a map off of Taeja as well. So a lot of just a lot of really good games there. Unfortunately, falling to Code A, and then I think going out to ASD, who is a pretty good player himself. So bit of experience there. GSL did manage to make it through into Codas through the up and downs. Really good stuff from him, and hopefully he'll be building on his experience there. Like you said, coming off that little bit of a lull he had last week, fingers crossed, with a strong tournament showing here.
Well, let's see if Mana now can go through to the next round. If he wins this, he's pretty much going through. Currently already 1-0 within his group. Naama, on the other hand, is 0-1. So if it goes the way for Mana, then it's not going to go the way for Naama, because he's going to be 0-2, and he's going to be looking at losing. And we're just now waiting for this to start. Looks like both players are ready, so I'm not too sure what's going on. We can actually begin the game. We will get under the way. The first map is going to be Cloud Kingdom. We then will be going over to Daybreak and Ohana.
That's right, and the countdown has begun, ladies and gentlemen. So, Caster's Nightmare, Mana Naama, but also repeat of the DreamHack 2010 Winter Finals. Which one of these amazing players is going to come out on top in this best of 3? Let's get into the game.
Mana being a 2-time finalist at DreamHack, winning DreamHack Summer 2012, or the runner-up in 2010. Naama, of course, the champion. 2 champions of DreamHack going head-to-head, which is why we chose this match for you. And it's going to be a good one.
It really is. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have just gotten into the game. So good luck, casters, coming out from Mana. I think we have to count the number of times we make mistakes. Let's see what happens here, because we have spawning in the top right location of Cloud Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen, the Red Mouse Sports Protoss. It is Mana, who will be going up against the Blue Terran in the bottom left position, Fnatic's Naama. No, really? 4 command centers before the first barracks? That doesn't sound right to me. Oh, right. Yeah, triple Nexus does counter that pretty well.
All right. Now time to take the microphone away from the pig, because it's my turn. As we do see a very early probe scout there by Mana, just checking around, having a look, as Mana is known. Naama, god damn it. Naama is known for his aggression. And, you know, the choo-choo train.
That's right.
Now let's see how this is going to play. We already have a refinery first coming down, so aggression is the flavor for Naama here, initially here. And, well, let's see how Mana's going to do against it, because trust me, Mana's been to hell and back when he's been in Korea.
Oh, he really has.
The Korean Terrans are absolutely incredible.
And this probe actually going to be harassing the SCV, building the barracks just for a second there, but it looks like he is going to get a full scout off, and we'll see that the refinery first has come down for Naama. Meanwhile, back in the main base of Mana, so close there. He has taken a gas himself, going to be going up to Gateway. Things looking fairly okay at the moment. Let's see what Mana decides to do after seeing this gas first build.
And Mana has already qualified for DreamHack Winter. Remember, he won DreamHack Summer. He's going to be there anyway. He's playing here for prize money. On the other hand, though, Naama, I know you guys are trying to count, and it's not working. I have only done it once. I won't do it again.
Yeah, exactly. We can count to 1.
Yeah, and there's a proxy factory. As we did see the SCV move out earlier on, and the aggression has been laid out, and it's going to be quite a big one. Is Mana. There you go. Screw you guys. Didn't mess up again. Naama. Mana. Naama, Mana.
Naama.
I'm actually getting delirious as this night goes on. I'm actually really, really tired. I didn't sleep very much last night. I got in really, really late, and I've had a really, really long day. Yeah. But I'm really, really okay. All right, so let's see if usually at this stage of the game as a Protoss player, you do want to be scouting around with a probe, and I think we may. I'm not sure if that's a Zealot actually. Yeah, it's a Zealot. So I wonder if the Zealot will go check around, because against Refinery first, you're obviously going to be expecting some form of proxy. Oh, okay, there's the probe. So the probe's looking around, but it hasn't found anything yet. But it's about to cross paths.
Oh wow.
With Naama's SCV.
And here we go, the factory landing in the main base of Mana. That's pretty in your face as far as aggression goes. I'm going to land in your base. What are you going to do about it? Elliot's coming out of that factory now, and we have another proxy starport in the top left location. Interestingly, that was more or less where the probe was just now. Has Mana seen it? He has not. A little bit of a clash in the middle of the map. That one Zealot, a little bit of a StarCraft Master scene going on here. Two of these Marines versus one Zealot. Nothing is dead quite just yet. And those probes chase the Hellion into oblivion. Number of workers killed, 3 for Naama so far.
And yeah, and the factory gets lifted. That was the most obvious hide in plain sight I've ever seen in my entire life, as Naama plants that factory down in Mana's base. Look how I said both of them in one sentence.
Oh, look at that. And Mana is just going to be very calm behind this. He is getting his Nexus up, so he's obviously feeling pretty confident he can deal with this.
What is this hiding in plain sight? Look, there's some Mana puts... Oh, God, I got it wrong. Okay, 2. Naama puts the factory in the main base. Yep. And he's like, all right, it's there. And then he's like, all right, I'm just going to build a bunker when I'm not building a command center. The probe's there.
The probe's there.
So not working out so well for him there, is it? As we do have the Cloak Banshee on the way. And Mana is checking for a follow-up starport, as he knows it was a refinery early on.
Oh, so he's going to find it with the Stalker in the top as well. He's going to come across that starport, and he's going to see that the tech lab is researching something. And dear, oh dear, the jig is up here for Naama. And, Mana actually going to be able to focus down the tech lab, so that cloak will never get researched.
Yeah, so that's not going to be so good for him, and he can actually target down the Banshees as soon as it comes out too. So double loser for Naama here, as we do have the Banshee come out, and it's going to, if it tries to go to the base, will take fire. It's not a good start here for Naama.
No, it really isn't. And in the meantime, Mana having to relinquish control of the watchtower here as Naama coming forward with a decent number of Marines into the natural. Going to be doing a bit of light harassment. Oh, actually running straight past the Zealot, taking a little bit of damage there. And now we see them kiting back. Dear, oh dear, one Marine goes down there to the Zealot, but the Zealot does get taken out. 4 Stalkers versus 4 Marines, though, is not exactly a situation Naama wants to find himself in.
And Naama, guarantee, just took a big sigh of relief. I mean, sigh of frustration, probably. Not relief, sorry. I got that one messed up. You can count that as one. Mana took a sigh of relief as the Banshee does make its way in and is going to get pushed away by a single Stalk with more on its way. A couple of probes that go down, but the continuation of this assault is just going on. And we have siege tanks on the way, we have siege modes, a bunch of Marines coming, no command center down whatsoever. The Observer is finally going to spot this out, but with the Twilight Council coming down, to be honest, he can research Blink or Zealot Charge. Probably Blink because he's so Stalker concentrated already. But he's just going to absolutely smash this. And I'm finding it really, really difficult how the train's going to come rolling, how it's going to come steaming down. Because I really believe that Mana is in such an advantageous position. You know, he's gone straight for Storm here, saying, all right, bring your SCVs, buddy.
Yeah.
Come on, even Archons are good at this.
He knows it's coming. And Naama trying to get into a sort of Marine tank Banshee kind of composition here with Siege mode. So transitioning into a 1-1-1 style kind of composition here. Like you mentioned, though, no command center is forthcoming. 40 to 30 workers in favor of Mana at the moment. And it's just, he's mining off of 2 bases. There are 31 SCVs here for Naama, but they're basically going to be used to soak damage if and when this all-in decides to come in. So let's see what he ends up doing there. The Banshee's getting repaired at home, and it looks like the starport even going to go down. Oh, well, it will go down anyway. It'll burn down. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your violins out. There goes the starport as Mana returns to his base.
Well, look, this is going to be such a sad ending to this story. It's going to be a really, really sad one because Storm is on its way. Mana knows what's coming. He's seen the factory there, no command center. Tanks are queued up, Marines are queued up, a lot are queued up too. And this is going to be really, really sad because there's no stim, there's no combat shields. Zealot Charge as well on top of this. And we probably are going to see the most one-sided fight we've seen all day. I'm finding it very, very difficult to see a way out for Naama. Despite having a supply lead, it really doesn't matter.
I'm trying to be optimistic. His army supply is 43 versus 29, but then Mana obviously can warp in a whole bunch of units pretty darn quickly indeed. Banshee now going to try and continue doing a bit of damage in the main base. He is up to 5 kills, but really this is almost a little bit of consolation there as a couple of Stalkers don't quite get him.
It's time. Close your ears. If there's any young ones, close them. Choo-choo, motherfucker!
The Naama train, ladies and gentlemen, has just been pulled out across the map. A healthy number of SCVs coming with this attack, going in via the 3rd base of Mana, who suspects is coming, but, oh yeah, he's moving his units out. I think he knows, and he saw them moving out across the map as well, as Naama now, with the SCVs in front, repairing that Banshee to participate in the attack. Mana ready to attempt to hold the High Templar coming in from behind. And not... Oh, there we go. He does have Storm now with them, just about getting enough energy for that. Let's see how quickly this goes down. Tanks sieging up.
Yes, tanks sieging up. And there's a lot of Storm. This is going to be a scary sight. It's not going to be over quite fast here. And Mortal coming in, Zealot's coming in. Very nice bunkers. Bunkers will be the savior here. Let's see if... I mean, this... I'm just thinking about the DreamHack Winter Finals all over again. And here come the High Templar.
The High Templar! Oh, siege tank shots, killing one and almost killing a second one as well. And Naama, that was actually a pretty good couple of seconds for him. He is down 57 to 78 supply, though, as it currently stands. And he has got 20 workers to 39. And bear in mind, a lot of these SCVs are actually with the army. And here we go in. Do we have another storm? The tanks are slowly moving forward. And oh, my God. GG immediately, ladies and gentlemen. That's about as close to the perfect storm. Let there be light as can happen.
See that? Powered on those lights. I felt like Bruce Almighty there, turning on those lights. But what a crazy game, and typical of the 2 players we have in front of us. Of course, Naama is like that. And if you remember back in the day in 2010, there was nothing but 2 base pushes with a bunch of bunkers, tanks, marines, you name it. That was how Naama won a couple of years back, and that's how they playing it now as well.
But not quite working the way Naama is hoping for, as I would say that was a pretty comfortable hold from Mana. A couple of dangerous siege tank shots off on his High Templar at the start of that engagement, but only picking one off that had already used its energy for Storm.
Yeah.
And that last Storm was, that was so devastating. Just watching someone's hopes in a game evaporate so quickly. Instant GG coming out of Naama there, as Mana takes a 1-0 lead. We're going into game number 2, guys, in just a moment.
Yeah, game number 2 will be on Daybreak here. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for the choo-choo train to come steaming. It is a larger map. We don't really see... The thing is, I say that, and we've had the most unpredictable games and players today. All right, we saw Bly go Hydras early on. Even though I asked him out about it after, I had to speak with him in the Twitch Players Lounge. He's like, no, I can play it. And I'm like, all right, okay, cool. And then we had TLO's games, and now we've gone into Naama, who's the most unpredictable player there is. All that needs to happen now is an Elfie game, and I think we're actually done. And we would have the best of the best players going wacky games all over.
Well, he is still around, of course, so we'll see how he ends up faring in his group and whether he will be progressing.
I think Elfie actually won his first game.
Oh, excellent.
I can't remember exactly who against. He won it 2-1, and my memory fades me, unfortunately. It was against Targa, which is a massive victory there for Elfie, continuing his hard run from last weekend and is doing so now again. And that's really good for him, and I'm very happy. I hope Elfie goes far in this tournament. Other results across the board, we did see, let me just refresh it just to make sure this is good.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, so Starnen also took a game from the Frenchman, Ariz, in Group B. Currently in Group A is being played out the second game right now. It's kind of obvious, obviously, with Tilo dropping versus Rain. Beast QT did beat Desro 2-0. We got Group C, Sensor and Monchi won their first 2 games.
Against Mr. So Mr. has been playing very well this weekend, and Sensor taking the victory over him 2-1 there.
Sortov beat Cyplo, and Zictamini beat Sage. We had Paranoid win another game 2-0, as well as Giant beating the STC 2-0. So we've had quite a decent amount of results. And before we do jump in this game, just close it up real fast. Harston managed to beat Bly, actually.
Oh, wow.
Harston beating Bly, Cloud beating Torontus, and then finally Nighten was able to beat Evener, and Freya beat Nurtio, and we've had a fantastic set of results so far in round of 32, very unexpected ones.
Yep, a lot of very closely fought games, because there are 0 easy games left, ladies and gentlemen, here in the second group stage as we go into game number 2 of this series, spawning in the bottom left position as the red Terran player. The train was stopped in game number 1. Apollo, what's going to happen here on Daybreak? The rush distance is larger. What will his choice of strategy be? It is Fanatics Naama. And going up against him, a very cool, calm, and collected hold in game number 1 there, basically scouting everything. And really, I want to say in that final engagement, it was just terrifying to be a Terran player and watch that go down. Can he do the same in game number 2, though? He still has to win one more. From Mouse Sports, it's Mana.
Mana. And he's a very solid player. Very, very good at this matchup. Very, very strong, actually. Probably, I'm not even going to say probably, I know it's his best matchup. He's got a fantastic PvP as well. He's got a bit of a weakness against Zerg players, but he doesn't lose very often against Terran players. And when he does, he makes a couple of mistakes. Yeah. That's kind of how you lose in StarCraft. You make mistakes. So that was kind of a stupid kind of sentence I just put together and strung together. Never mind.
I guess maybe at the absolute highest possible level, you can get 2 players that don't explicitly make mistakes and just outplay each other. So maybe when you get like super close to perfect, entirely possible. We've occasionally seen series like that. I guess maybe some Code S games. I'm sure if we hit up Artosis and asked him if we can get an example or 2 of that, he might have something in mind. But this series not quite playing out like that so far. I mean, we had that. It really was just quite painful from Naama, unfortunately, having everything scouted. I did like the factory into the main. I thought that was awesome.
It was funny.
It was beautiful.
There was 2 funny moments in that game. Yeah, factory in plain sight, and then blind bunker in plain sight too. But we're going to have a Nexus first, very brave, from, not Nexus first, sorry, gateway into Nexus, but a faster Nexus, sorry, I meant to say. And then followed up by the gas, which is awesome. Mana just playing towards the map, and with that plan on the low ground, Naama knows exactly what's going on. But Naama has different plans.
He does indeed.
He's walled off and he's taking a gas. And he's going to do something crazy because that's who he is and that's what he likes to do.
So the question is the number of bases that Naama is going to be on when he pushes out. What do you reckon, Apollo?
How many bases? 1 at the moment.
1. Well, when he pushes out.
Probably still 1.
Probably still 1. Okay.
We do have the reactor coming down, and this probe gets denied.
Very nice.
A painful denial, because it's not only is it Terran hiding stuff, it's Naama's Terran, and it's a lot more difficult than the usual Terran because he makes no sense.
That's right. You can't really go and say, well, I needed to make sure on the 20% chance he's hiding something. Well, that's actually not like that with Naama. It's more along the lines of on the 75% chance he's hiding something. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mana actually sends out an immediate second probe. It looks like he's going to be putting a Zealot at the Watchtower, but not scouting any further. Let's see if he moves out across the map just to check some other stuff out. And Naama actually, with a Marine, wanting to scout for any forward probes there, and he's put down his expansion. So 2 bases and counting. Yeah,
Naama's playing his image here. Of course, his image is wacky, it's crazy, it's unpredictable, it doesn't make sense, that kind of image as a player. And then he's just basically doing the complete opposite and just going for a slower expansion, but an expansion nonetheless. And even a Marine out here, God damn it. Mana's got to be thinking like, why? Why would you put a Marine there? What are you trying to hide? And alarm bells will be ringing. And it's really cool. If you think about it in simple terms, if everybody's played a game of poker before, you go all in 10 hands in a row, and then you start to play really, really safe, you know, and so on. You just change your style up immediately. And that's exactly what we're seeing.
Well, I'm really quite excited here in case we're just going to be seeing a really long, solid macro game coming out of Naama, because as we all know, yes, he's famous for his all-ins, but at the same time, he can just pull out the odd macro stomper against even really, really good opponents and take victories off them that way as well. We see him getting the second gas in his base right now, and a second reactor actually going down there on that barracks at the moment. So could we be seeing Marine Hellion drops maybe come out of Naama here?
I think it's a little bit too late for that, but he's definitely going to be focusing around that composition naturally. And I mean, I would love to actually know what's going on in Naama's head. Very few people actually do, as we do see these units move down, and he's going to get up a couple of probe kills. Mana is playing it pretty safe. He's got a sentry there to just a force field. Is he going to force field? Well, if they come up the ramp, he's going to want to.
Oh dear, losing that sentry as well. Naama, not bad from him. They're picking off a couple of units. Could have had a little bit of an earlier force field there from Mana, just unable to get that down in time. In the meantime, though, we have the robotics facility out, of course, and we have an observer popping out onto the field, and we see a Twilight Council going down for our Protoss player as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Storm again. Storm seems to be the best thing to stop Naama's crazy play. As the pylon does go down, we'll get denied, unfortunately. Even a bunker coming down, but there's the drop coming down. It is going to be, as you said, a drop. But I'm not too sure how successful it will be. It may be very successful, depending on where Mana is with his units, but he's going to spot it really early on. He's going to see this medevac. He even gets a target, he gets a hit on it. So he's going to know it's coming, and now I don't think it's successful, because in the early stage of the game, yeah, it surely can happen, but it's a lot later on now, and Mana should have enough units around. He's got to defend his natural 2. It's going to be like a double attack.
Yeah, his the time was just a little bit later because he got that second reactor down as well. So keeping with that kind of composition. Oh, and very nice one force field going down, and the 3 Stalkers completely destroying those Hellions and saying, absolutely not, you are not going to get in here edgeways. And now we have the medevac in the back of the main base. There's a Hellion and 2 Marines in here, and Mana already pulling all of the probes, so damage done here is minimal. Looks like a probe will get destroyed on gas there as the army frantically scrambles back, but 3 Stalkers should just about be enough here, and Naama gets out of dodge before things get too hot.
And Mana predicting exactly what he's basically thinking here, with knowing that Naama, God, I'm getting good at this now. It would go for something crazy. You know, he's gone for this weird 2-base push again. It's going to be tank. It's going to be Banshees. It's going to be Marines. It's going to be lack of upgrades initially. More barracks coming down. Engineering bay coming down. Another barracks coming down. Look at all these units. All these structures just spread out. He's like, engineering bay there, barracks over here, supply depots here. And it really does make hardly any sense, as we're going to have now tanks joining the fray as well. But what beats all of it? Storm, very easily as well, which is what Mana's going for.
Yep, getting chrono boosted now as well out of that Templar Archives. I was about to say Twilight Council there. Oh my goodness. So it's not the names that are just getting me, as we have Naama here with another drop into the main base. And 7 Marines in this one, and Mana has not pulled probes just yet, but he has got the 3 Stalkers in hot pursuit here. What's going to happen? Oh, the Banshee actually joining the fray as well, immediately getting taken out. And very, very nice play there with the Observer, picking off the Medevac first, dealing with the Marines a little bit later, and Naama is not actually focusing any probes yet.
I know, because he's getting distracted on the naturals. We had a Hellion run by there. 15 probes have gone down here. Successful throughout the game, and Mana is... no, God damn it! Naama is consistently doing this, and he's pulling results now. You know, he's starting to get results. He's slowing his opponent down, and by slowing his opponent down, he's going to have a very, very powerful attack. And I don't know what just happened to my mic.
Nope, it's gone for me as well.
I don't know what's happened. I've lost mic. Hello? Hello? I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Okay, well, hopefully the stream can still hear us, but we have...
Oh, there we go. I don't know what happened there,
excellent.
But it's back.
All right, cool.
Sorry about that. NASA Sound Guy's here. His name's Trance. He's from the Good Studio. But as I was saying, is that Naama has been, slowing down Mana really well, like slowing him down a lot. So his timing attack is actually going to be really, really strong. He's bringing in Ghosts as well.
Yep.
And it's going to be a very deadly attack. The harassment continues, and he's getting what he needs to do. In Game 1, he couldn't do it. In Game 2, he's doing it.
That's right. I mean, Mobius Reactor almost complete. He's got Siege Mode and Stim about to finish as well. So this potential timing coming out of here from Naama is going to be very, very strong indeed. A Raven coming out here will be able to pick off that Observer as well. I love this kind of play from Naama. He's gone up to 99 supply versus 77 as it currently stands. And he is up on Workers as well, 51 to 47. And that's before you consider Mules.
And that Banshee, because there's no Observer there, could pick off every single High Templar. But unfortunately... for Naama, he wasn't quite looking. We do have a movement out here. Storm is done. There's 3 Storms ready, plus 1 armor as well. And we are going to have a bit of pressure coming down here by Mana, but I'm not sure how successful this is going to be. There's quite a strong army back at home here, including a Raven. Tanks do have Siege Mode, and they're in really solid position. There's even a Ghost. So I don't think Mana, he's not going to try and get in here, is he?
Oh, I think he might be giving it a shot. A Stim in as well, immediately going back to the bunker. And those Siege tanks doing so much damage to those Zealots. Mana cannot get a word in edgeways.
Yeah, and he only lost a bit of hit points there, though. But he's about to take a bit more damage. Cannon is down on the 3rd base. A couple of Marines here, playing hide and seek with the Zealot. But yeah, you know, that's kind of bad for Mana to try to come in here. I don't think it's ever going to be breakable. But he's also keeping his opponent pinned back, which is ideal. Because imagine if Mana was playing too passive and sitting back home in the natural, then all of a sudden he allows Naama just to walk across the map, and that's not what he wants. So it's less of an attack, but more of a pin back. I think that's what he's looking for in the middle of the map here. I think he can move in here, especially now there's tanks on Siege and Storm available.
Oh, and here we go. The tanks sieging up a little bit later, but it looks like we actually have Mana moving back a bit, allowing Naama the time he needs. The SCBs have been pulled, so the train is indeed going to be choo-chooing across Daybreak here. Can Naama try and get back to the entrance of Mana's natural before he moves back out across the map? And that Banshee, Blind Storm taking it out really nice, but a High Templar does go down there, and that gives Naama the time he needs to try and get in position against this army before Mana can move up the ramp.
Uh-oh, Choo-Choo is here, and it is not going to stop, and this looks like an excellent timing from Naama, the excellent probe killing. And now this execution Ghost coming in the mix to say, screw you, Storm, you're not going to stop me. Is Mana going to be able to do it and hold on?
There are a few High Templar here that have to be very, very careful. He doesn't quite have enough energy for Storm. He has at least 1 Storm available now. Is he going to be using it moving forward as well? Nice Storm there on a lot of the bio. Kills off a fair bit, but Naama is still ahead, 130 to 117 supply, and another drop going on in the main, immediately dispatching with that cannon. And now we have the massive engagement. The Zealots doing a good job against the first siege check, but the 2 behind just doing so much damage, and the drop in the main as well, doing so much. Oh my god.
Oh my god, everything just obliterated, and the Immortals and Stalkers are going to clean up everything.
How is the drop doing? We need to find out, because that really is what Naama is hinging on right now. Mana completely dispatching that with those 2 Storms towards the end of that engagement. It was looking good for Naama at the beginning, But just like last game, those storms were so beautiful, and 34 workers killed to 20. The medevac! Oh, the wrong one goes down. The other one holding those Marines, but Naama is now back in a supply deficit, Apollo.
And that third base has given Mana so much money. That 16 probes there being able to survive despite being dropped in the main base. There's hardly any SCVs left here for Naama. And like mentioned earlier, Mana is currently 1-0. Naama, on the other hand, is 0-1.
Well, he's getting a nuke because why not? Wow. I'm liking this, actually. He does a personal cloaking, complete, though, for the Ghost, it must be said. So we could see some very interesting shenanigans here with the nuke, but he is definitely behind right now. He's he's nearly 50 supply behind, to be perfectly honest, and I'm not sure a nuke is going to solve the problems here. He is going to be able to snipe up the third Nexus, which is pretty cool, but at the... Oh, is he? I'm about to eat my words, aren't I? Wow. Clutch hold there. That Nexus has a grand total of 52 hit points left.
All right, so the only real way that Naama can win this is going to be with that nuke. That's why he's got it. That's why he's going to aim for it.
We need a Jinro Choya moment incoming.
Ghosts are going to die in the middle of the map if they're not careful. They're very valuable tank. Oh dear, tank goes down fast. He just calls GG, and Mana gets revenge from DreamHack 2010. And he pulls the victory. It took me 2 goddamn years. I had to win a DreamHack on the way, but I finally beat you at a DreamHack tournament. And 2-0. So congratulations to Mana. As Piggy all here is all happy. And that, is excellent now for Mana, because not only did he just beat him, he now moves on to the next round. He's guaranteed top 16 here with 2-0 in a round-robin group of 4 players. That's good news for him, that's for sure. But on the other hand, Fnatic's Naama gonna bite the dust here, I think. 0-2 down. Very, very difficult to come back. There is the opportunity of a 1-2 draw. Three-way tie. But very, very difficult, I think.
So we'll see if that happens. It's now out of his hands. All he has to do is win the third game and hope the other results go that particular way. We'll find out a little bit later on. But I think, guys, we're going to be cutting to a quick commercial break, followed by an interview with Red Eye. So don't go anywhere. We'll be with Red Eye straight after this break.
DreamHack Eizo Open Bucharest. With me now is the one and only winner from the last game. I'm not going to get them confused. It's very easy to do so. We heard from Jorasar and Apollo getting their names mixed up. It is, of course, Mana. Congratulations. 2-0 win. Talk us through map 1 with that incredible start to the game.
Luckily, I scouted his SCV going out of his main, and then he didn't scout my main, so there had to be proxy somewhere. So I started to scout all over my map. Unluckily for me, I didn't scout the factory, but I scouted the starport, then I cancelled his cloak. Then I kind of easily defended all of his harassment. I lost some pros, but not that much. He was delaying his push for so long that I could make Storm in time and then, well, just defend the game 1.
Game over. Map 2, though, do you think he should have won map 2?
Yeah, I think he should have won, but he failed his control with Ghost, so I was able to land, I think, like 3 pretty good storms. Then half of his army was in my main, which was a bad idea because, well, he wants to crash my army into my main, not my economy, because it was some kind of all-in. So his micro was just bad, and that's why I won.
His micro was bad. Yes. You heard it here first. Naama's macro was bad. This is kind of revenge. We were talking a little bit before we came on camera. This is revenge for DreamHack 2010 after you lost 3-2 to the same. But you were like, is it really?
Yeah, because I completely forgot about it. Like, it was 2 years ago. It was my first tournament abroad. Yeah, now we've met a couple of times with Naama already. It was like kind of even. I don't remember the scores, but so I don't think it was kind of revenge. But if it was a best of 5, then it might be.
Okay, in terms of this tournament itself, DreamHack Eizo Open in Bucharest, how far can you go through this? Can you win the whole thing? If not, who are the main challenges for you?
Yeah, I feel really good today. Like, my hands are not cold, my micro is kind of good, my builders are all right. I feel in a good shape today. Well, tomorrow is another day. I hope I will have enough rest for tomorrow. I will sleep well and come here early enough to practice before the games. Well, I don't want to say anything like in advance, so I just want to show good games, and if I can win, then I will be, of course, really happy.
All right, well, good luck tomorrow. Well done for the games today. That is Mana, ladies and gentlemen. He has won a 2-0 over Naama. Next up, it's a Polish man. You know him as Nurcio. He's going up against Romania's finest. It's night end. Don't go too far away. We'll be right back with our final match of the evening.